I hope you lot are ready for the match.
Coach, they can read our minds. How are we supposed to get around that? I wish I knew what to do.
Ricardo, listen.
Yes, Coach.
Do you think that relying on your mind is all there is to football?
What?
Just try to relax.
But how can we do that in a match?
We need to be at the Starship Stadium soon. The stadium will be east of the Central Dome, and it'll be around Bridge Park. Mr. Garnett told us to be early. We probably ought to leave now.
And that we will. We won't be doing the match in this episode, but nevertheless, with various yo-ho-hos, it's Tale of the Toaster and all of that, we are having yet another Route to Stadium episode, but kind of unlike Silica where it was a whole 2 map screens, this one genuinely fully warrants being its own episode. Like, the Route to Stadium in Naiadi is basically half the planet. Like, we've honestly seen very little of the planet overall. We've seen a couple of map screens. The furthest we got was Dewdrop Crescent Immigration Desk, whereas actually there's a lot to see on this planet, and we're mainly going to see it for the first time while we're on the way there. Additionally, our team is level 28, and I want to be at least level 30 so that we're on level peggings with the opponents in the match, and there are plenty of random encounters with which to do so. But this right-hand turn we couldn't pass before, we can now. And we get to see yet more tunnels and underground stuff with the nice music. Underground, underwater, but there is no ground here really, so we'll get away with that one. We'll also want to take a look at the formations that we're going to be using. For now, we'll just have a cheeky Bylong goal and then we'll get rid of him, because the main thing that we learned from the previous episode outside of Falco backstory was that Victor's imposter has been updated with all kinds of, well, data implants of Victor's memories and ability to play football, whatnot. If you were using him in any encounters up to this point, then you'll know that he was already functioning exactly the same as Victor, but now it's become canonically true as part of the dialogue. And we've got the counterfeit loop. That's a returning PAL pack item from King Arthur period in Chronos Stones. I'm glad to have that. Certainly a good bit of fortune. But I will remove Bylong from the main squad because he will probably be in the actual match, because we're not going to use Victor. Even though he's been updated with Victor's ability to play football, the fact that the Naiadi can read minds means that this imposter would probably be outed rather easily. So instead, I want to put Charisse and Frank into our lineup, because they've both got new moves that we've not actually showcased yet. Charisse's is a returning one, whereas Frank's is brand new. Also note that Trina, now that she's got Fox, they actually use the same purple fighting spirit icon right next to the character's icon. So Victor and Ricardo, they have orange stars, which is to say that they can armorify their fighting spirits. Same with Bylong. But Zack and Trina, they have purple, just to say, yeah, they've got a totem, they can't armorify, and it never will be able to armorify. It will just kind of always be like that. But Alpha can armorify, so he's got the red. Quentin cannot armorify, so he's got purple. It's just another way to make totems feel inferior, but we're going to try and awaken some new ones in the next story match. For the time being, I do want to showcase Frank's new shooting move that he's got despite being a defender, because it's mainly designed to be a shot block more than it is designed to be an actual shooting move. But we'll give it a go. His kickstart of 35 won't take it remarkably far. But for now, I saw a flicker of light shining on the surface of the water. It looked like a nice day, so I went for a swim. You can't swim here. That's illegal, you know. I mean, maybe it's just us who aren't allowed to swim, but no, surely not. I mean, we would see people swimming. So, all in all, this very ordinary conversation, also a very illegal conversation. But the main reason that Bridge Park and such needs to be its own video, we have a pool of water here that we can't seem to cross, even though that's clearly the way forward. we have to make use of various switches. Yes, this is going to be like a Pokemon gym puzzle, or to be honest, I think the most accurate comparison would probably be the waterfall from Undertale, because that's actually using very similar things to turn the lights on, and it is another kind of underwatery, nice, calm setting with great music. Like, we're not having any restricted light yet or anything, but yes, Undertale comparisons, that's a relevant game to draw similarities to. It's better than making Among Us jokes about Victor's imposter, right? That's the most I'll allow myself to do. Right, so these guys, I don't think... I'm going to have to use Arian to take the ball, because I don't think Frank can actually afford to do both a footwork draw and a straight counter. But we'll have a go at taking a shot with him. I'll be upfront with you, it won't go in, but I at least want to showcase the move, because I don't think Frank is going to be in the next match. This is a chance to, of course, get used to that new gravity. I decided to mention that almost as if it was really obvious that I forgot you can't pass high up in the air with this gravity, which I was really trying to do. But there you go, Frank. No! Frank! Bad! Really, really bad! That was fine. Falco's going to have to use Air Ride now, which is also a new move we've not shown yet, back from Inazuma 11-3, but that's also the only guy on our team who is probably capable of scoring a goal. I really needed that, but for now, straight counter. It's definitely here to be a shot block. It's not likely to score goals in its own right. 105 power can be caught barehanded, or punched away barehanded. And to be honest, just score, to be honest, because I actually don't have anything that's capable of scoring on them other than Arian's fighting spirit. Oh, I guess we'll do it. It's not worth losing on screen, because I do need the whole experience points and whatnot if I want to get to level 30. But yeah, Cherise's move wouldn't be strong enough to go in. Falco can't afford another. Frank's is too weak. Quite genuinely, this is the only way that I'm going to be able to score. That's a bit embarrassing. Well done, Arian. You have your little gimmick that is kind of deemed superior to totems, but maybe you'll get one of those too. We'll see. For now, that's one random encounter. I won't make a habit of showing them all, but I did want to get Frank's shot in there. Cherise, you can do the thing later. But I guess the main thing we want to point out is, if I've announced in advance that they're not going to be taking part, who is? So Victor, we're not going to be fielding because, like we say, he's a bit of an imposter-y type fella and he'd get found out way too easily. So we'll swap him for Zach for now. But in the interest of being different, I think I'll put Sean at the front. Falco, you can stay. And then, Buddy, you kind of sat out the last one, so we'll swap you for Frank and put you in a defendery spot. Do I want to swap you with Peabody position-wise? No, that'll do for now. And Bylong is currently off the pitch, but I imagine he will get fielded at some point. Adekebi will be running down the right-hand side. He's got his flying fish now. He's made it to level 27. I did think it was 28 where he got flying fish, but I'm glad to be wrong if that means he gets his signature move. He's got a bit of everything now, including Bubblegum, which wasn't in the game previously. I'm pretty happy. Well, tell you what then. I already need to move Frank off. So let's just stick him in there. Yeah, let's have a completely rearranged lineup to take us into presumably the next random encounter. There'll be plenty of these for us to do. But wow, I've been waiting for her to finish getting ready. Women like to take their time getting ready no matter which planet they're from, right? Truly, misogyny knows no bounds. It transcends all barriers, all planets. Wow. Divine. Alright then, so Cherise, show us your ribbon shower to basically invalidate Hoopsie Daisy for the rest of the time. Then you can go for a shot with Mermaid's Tail that we already got as a move manual at this point, and it can just kind of embarrassingly not go in. But Maybe Sean Frost will be able to smack this one into back at net. You know, like 139, not enough. Maybe if I used it as a shot chain, but oh, it's just about enough. Let's go, Charisse. There aren't too many healing points in this path, so generally I do find it easier to just kind of alternate the lineup. After we got the seashell. That's actually a major recruitment item. Hold on, we could actually skip travel to Dewdrop Crescent now, and still not have any heal points here. Annoyingly, it brings us closer to the competition route if we were going to get tempted. But maybe now, yeah, we can actually. I need to. Oh, we've got 51 blue coins. So Vermica Angel is going to be joining our team. All of these recruit character names were. I think it was Sync who came up with these. They're not official. We didn't know whether or not to translate some of these names because one of the things that's kind of most obvious that we found in Japanese source material being kept is actually in the totems. We do kind of think that if the games were officially localized, the totems would have got some new official English names because some of them sound very, very Japanese and not the cleverest, but a white. I'm not spending white coins on this guy, sorry. I considered it for you at least. Popular store rumours are floating around an underwater walkway. Well, we'll try and keep an eye out for that because Nudie Mollusk is who we just defeated in battle, and that would be nice to drag along with us. But yeah, the only source we had for official names for totems was via the manga, because very few actually make it into the anime, only the most important ones will. But yeah, it seems like the totems all retained their Japanese names in the manga, and I think that's more down to a lack of information and communication than it actually is a conscious choice. In fact, I came up with unique names for all the totems and we put them in the game, and then we had to take them back out again once we saw that the manga had kept all the Japanese names. But for random encounters we did decide to stick. Now, I've just gone so quickly I didn't even realise I'd moved on to the next map screen, but if I go back 1 second here, there was another one of these I could click on. Yep. So that will open up the downward door from the very first map screen that we skipped in the first place. So I'm going to head down here to take us to the door, and then I'm going to take a very unsuspicious gap from recording while I go and get my 3DS charger. Oh, it's not even a separate screen, actually. Well, let's open up Anchors Away for the goalkeepers. Applause for celebration. We particularly want that. We've got some boots, and we've got an opportunity to save the game, partly because silver chest that I need to unopen, and partly because the 3DS is on red flashing battery and I don't want to take any further risks. But it contains chain shooter to make your shots lose less power over the course of being chain shotted. Time to go get that charger. I think that's now 3 straight episodes, or at least 3 out of 4 where I have saved in the middle of a video. So truly, if I'm going to have a failed recording and the Let's Play is going to collapse in the middle of a chapter, it's going to be this one. Really am being quite the gambler, but look at this map screen on the bottom. We've got so much going on here. I'm going to press the switch right away. No, I'm not. It's already considered to be pressed, but we can get some. Well, why doesn't it sound tasty? It sounds good to me. Those guys actually summoned a fighting spirit on me. They're not making it easy. So the switch is basically to say, yeah, you can go this way, but you can't go this way. So at some point we've got to find a way to swap that over. I very much don't remember the way, but nevertheless, this is a Let's Play, so I will use my powers of trial and error to eventually show you the right way, and also how to get your favourite colour. What is your favourite colour? I regret asking this question already, because I know I have artists watching this channel, and as soon as I say that my favourite colour is white, it just opens me up to a lambasting. And So, you know, go on, leave your comments if you much. Tell me how much you love to suggest that white isn't a colour. This is one of those. If I press A, does it? Yeah, it's a legend gate. Once again, in the interest of pacing, I'm doing all of the legend gates in the post game of the Let's Play. I'll just do them all back to back, and it'll be cool and interesting and yippee. Because again, there's no reward for beating them. It's just for fun, and the team that you control in a legend gate is going to be the same level whether you did it now or after 100 hours of playtime. So I will be saving those, but that is at least how you find it. That's your little hint from the NPC dialogue as to how you would find that barrage of treasure chests, including the goal celebration that we found earlier in the episode. Now here we get to see the Naiadi's coat of arms. Sorry guys, but they're definitely going to win. Well, we'll see about that, but I'll at least take a picture of the coat of arms. And a very hidden shop. I can't believe it, a real life customer. Yes, they've hidden it all the way back here, and it only sells coral extract. But seeing as I'm trying to destroy this planet and leave them all without a home to live on, I'll at least give them 500 prestige points. Yes, so that's very much the long way around to get you some extras. Now, if you want to actually proceed, let's work that one out. Is there... Oh, well, you just kind of... Yeah, we've already done it. So then... But then that begs the question of what does the switch that we passed in the first place do? Because this is the way forward, right? Well, there's popular store rumours in the meantime while I'm trying to find the route. I think I've kind of got my bearings straight in that there is a door here that we need to press some kind of switch to activate. Just give me a second to work that out. Oh yes, the Legend Gate thing has a whopping 4 different switches to press. Right, well that will work that one out. So we can get to that centre in the middle. But also if I press a different one, that's not interactable, that's not interactable, and that one isn't. So only that can do things. Alright, so that still leaves me in a spot of bar. Wait, so, alright. Here's the path. Go to the Legend Gate, press the shell on the left, then go back here, press that shell so that you can carry on to the path to the underground shop. Then you can carry on going forth, and eventually the bridge to the centre right here will contain Kitty Cat, one of the fan favourite goal celebrations in this game. It's quite hilarious to give it to someone like Victor or Zach Avalon, so easily missed alongside all the others, including a gold chest. Who knows what that contains. No other switches to press. There is still, if you look at the bottom screen, that purple one in the middle of nowhere. I have not quite figured that one out yet. But I suppose for now we must press on. Maybe it'll figure itself out at a later point when we can backtrack. You know, this is one of those places where it would have been good to like practice in advance, but you sure can't have multiple save files on a cartridge of Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy, but we can have a move manual for Shock Absorber. This is obviously the second time I've ever played Go Galaxy, but the first time was quite a while ago by now. Adekebu, we added him to the team, but we never actually got to do anything with him. I did try to use him in my previous random encounter, but then they kind of summoned a fighting spirit on me and there wasn't really much he could do. It is almost time for the Starship Stadium to arrive. Please, stand back. Alright, let's go in. Oh, that music never fails to excite me. Like, it's not even good. It's like 4 notes, but it just riles me up and gets me ready to play some fresh heckin' football. I heard you guys were covered in hair. I guess that was a terrible rumour. Well, I mean, it's not an impossibility. Truly, there are all kinds of other alien planets that we'll never get to meet over the course of this story, but they could look like anything. So, oh, that's the same guy. Yes, like we say, the match will be in the next episode, but it's always good to have a wander around the Starship Stadium, see guys think that they have a real shot at beating us, and they should. Like, again, they can read minds, and if I was in a football match against someone who could read my mind, I think to say that I have even a non-zero chance of winning would be extremely generous. Like, I'd feel like Falco. I would give up. Did you guys realise I'm just I think it was fairly obvious to me, but nevertheless, we'll have a look at Auntie's menu to see what the last thing we'll ever eat will be after these guys just remove us from the surface of the footballing planet. Naiadi has some excellent fish, but how can you get them if you can't enter the water? Well, apparently Andrea is willing to risk arrest to go fishing for these things, and that's all there is to it. So, in the next episode, do it for the fish. We're going into Starship Stadium, which we're already in, but Adekebe is going to be participating in the football match against the Naiadi 11, and we're going to try and win, mind reading or otherwise. See you again.